Hey, pressure washing business owners, are you struggling to bring in clients through your website or your landing page? Perhaps you're running a Facebook campaign or a Google campaign and you're just not getting the volume of leads that you expected. Well, good news is that you're in the right place. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the proven fundamentals on crafting a high converting landing page specifically for your pressure washing business. So stick around for a step-by-step walkthrough. We're about to turn those clicks into more leads. Let's dive right in. Hi, Sam here from Atomic Marketing. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can design a high converting pressure washing landing page. So if you're running any campaigns or if you're just looking to improve some elements on your homepage, I guarantee you implementing some of the tactics shared in this video is going to instantly improve your conversion rate. As always, before we dive right in, my kind of goal for you by the end of the video is to give you all the tools and fundamentals to allow you to build a page where you can achieve conversion rates of 25% or higher. And I always like to share everything that we've done in our agency. So you can see here, this is a campaign that we've run for one of our clients over the summer period. So bear that in mind, this is in the height of the busiest season for them. We've been able to achieve a conversion rate of 26.74% using the landing page that we're sharing in this video. We spent just over £10,000 or £11,500 getting a cost per lead of just shy of £16. That's led to over 720 leads for them as a business. Okay, so let's dive right in and I'm going to break down the landing page structure and then I'm actually going to show you a live preview of the page itself. But first of all, let's cover the basics. So the landing page structure is made up of 5 different sections. We've got the hero section right here at the top. We've got the services section / why us. So just kind of displaying all the different things that you do. We've got the before and afters, the testimonials, and then a final call to action section. So really simple, 5 different sections. It doesn't need to be an overly long-winded page. You just need to be able to show who you are, what you do, and why you're trustworthy and why people should pick you. So if we go into a bit more detail on the hero section, so the hero is really where we're going to be spending most of the time on this video because it really is the most important part of the page. It's where 70% of people will kind of stay before they drop off. So what you notice is that anyone who kind of scrolls down the page, the drop-off rate just increases and increases the further you go down. So where you want to spend the most amount of your time is perfecting this bit right at the top of the page. So let me give you a walkthrough of the actual page itself before we dive into the specific training elements of it. So this is the overall page. You can see it's very clear what the page is about, very clear headline, subheading, some benefit points, and then what you notice with me and the designs that I like to build are that we stack social proof. So you can see we've got Google reviews right up here, we've got another testimonial right here, we've got the star rating here, and then we've got all the different sources of our reviews right below the hero section as well, or it kind of is included within the hero section. And then what we use is our multi-step form where we ask 2 simple, easy to answer questions, which then prompt people to click through to the next step where they share their details. And so the value proposition for the user is really simple. It's get a free estimate. You don't want to overthink it too much. People really just want to know what's the price going to be at the end of the day. Like you can run certain offers as well, but like as a base format for your landing pages, the core offer is getting the user to understand, okay, how much is it going to cost? Like 99% of the time, that's what they're interested in. So as you come down, you can see we've got this section, transformational cleaning results every time. And then we explain all the different things or applications that pressure washing can be used for, or it could be different service specialties. So we've got the driveways, sidewalks, exteriors, pool decks, paving cleaning, all of these different sort of things. And then below that, we've got this nice before and after, so showcasing some of your work. And then I like to include this section here where we've got the reasons customers choose us. And what you want to do is not overly focus on stuff just like, oh, great customer service, or kind of really basic stuff that everyone is saying. So try and be a little bit unique. So, and like when you think about being unique, it's like, how can that benefit the customer? So you can see here, we've got this customer satisfaction guaranteed. And so in this particular benefit point, we've got in the unlikely event you're unhappy, we'll come back and re-clean completely free. So that's a huge benefit to the person looking at the page. You've got this licensed and insured, because a lot of users or a lot of prospects are, they're not sure about who they're hiring. They want them to be trustworthy. If there's any damage to the property, they want to ensure there is insurance in place for that as well. Advanced equipment, that's another one. That is probably one most people will say they all have, but I guess for something like pressure washing, where there's like certain surfaces need to be treated in a different way. Actually, that kind of falls under the specialized fleet, where each job may require different equipment. But in terms of the advanced equipment here, it really, they want to know is like, it's not just someone who's purchased something from like a supermarket or like a store that anyone can get a pressure washer from, and that they're going to deliver like, exceptional results that they wouldn't have been able to achieve themselves. And then as we come down the page here, we've got this section here. It's another call to action section where we've got this get my free estimate or call now. So we've given them two options of calling or going back up to the form here. Then as we come down, we've got our customer before and afters, which showcases some of their work. Now you can also use stuff which has like the before and after sliders. That works really well. It depends if you have a subscription with the kind of services that are able to deliver gallery formats in that way. But using something as simple as this just works really, really well as well. Come down here and we've got the testimonial section. And then you can see here, I like to reiterate, we've got all the reviews in relation to the testimonials as well, showing the review counts, which is really powerful just to show that, hey, we're a trustworthy company. We've got over 200 reviews on Google, Facebook, and all that sort of stuff. And then finally, to close out the page, we've got this section here, get your free pressure washing estimate. Tell us what you need cleaned and we'll send you an instant estimate. And then with that, you can click here to go to the top of the page or can call now, which takes you back up here. And that's really it. It's not too complex. It's not rocket science what we're trying to do here. We're just getting people to call this number right at the top here or complete the form. So let's dive right back to the landing page tutorial, and I'll run through some of the more specific things. So if we break down the hero section, because this is the most important part of the page, it's got 5 main elements. We've got the navigation bar, the benefits banner, the hero banner, which is the main kind of section itself, the form, and then the social proof section. So if we look at the navigation bar, and I really like to look at each section in detail, because when you look at each section, each part is so important in not only for the purpose of getting the conversion, but also for the purpose of making the overall design have a high production quality. Because what you find happens with a lot of landing page designs is that they look like landing pages. And what I mean by that is they don't really have that same kind of feel as a main website. They look a little bit less trustworthy, like they've just been thrown together, logo, number, and that's it. But by including elements like your review count, your logo in the top left, so don't try be too clever with it, be very conventional with how you lay it out, and then number top right, that's what people are used to seeing. So use something like that. So as we come down, we've got this section here, which is the benefit banner. And this is something I actually have seen on a lot of big websites, and it's something that I've incorporated into our landing pages, as it allows you to showcase some key benefits of the business, such as 5 out of 5 rated business, no hidden fees, same day prices, 100% guaranteed, and just show some benefit points without taking up space in the hero. And it just kind of looks very conventional to bigger websites and looks trustworthy. And that's the reason I quite like using it in most of the designs that I do. And then we have the main section here, the hero section. And this section is really important because it's made up of your headline, your subheadings, some benefit points. We throw a testimonial in there as well. And then you've got the form section as well. And then right below the form, we've got this 100% money back guarantee. So what we like to do is in close proximity of where the user is going to take action. So whether that be a phone call CTA or a form CTA like we have on the screen here, what we want to do is show something that makes or gives the user a lot of confidence to complete that action. So with something like a money back guarantee, we're diffusing any kind of resistance they may have to completing the form. So that's why you might want to use like a star rating below that, like we're rated 5 out of 5 based on 200 and something reviews. And it's really important, the subtleties as well of saying something like, we're not just 5 out of 5 rated, but it's based on this number of reviews. So just like the small nuances that a lot of people will look over are really important to really giving the landing page the overall production quality of a proper website that people can know and trust. And then right below the hero section, we've got this social proof section. And this is what I was saying before. It just shows the review counts and the different sources of those review counts. And that's really to let people know that, hey, we're trustworthy. Because at the end of the day, people want to know, how much is it going to cost and can I trust you? And if you can answer those two questions pretty quickly and build trust on the page like that by showing these sort of things, you're going to get more conversions than if you just didn't include them. So like I mentioned before, social proof is super important, and it's probably one of the main things I focus on every single design, regardless of industry. So you can see in this particular example, we've got, 4 different things that relate to social proof. We've got the Google review count right at the top in the navigation. We've got the review stars rated 5 out of 5. We've got the testimonial right below the benefit points. And then we've got the review count section as well, showing all the different sources. So those are things that you can include in that hero section. You don't have to include all of them, but I like to tend to favor stacking it rather than going under on it. And that's just my personal preference. Then we have something with the local pressure washing services in Orlando. So this is the headline of the page. And I like to be really clear with the headline of like, we want to be able to tell the user, what is this page about? They've typed in like pressure washing services Orlando into Google. We want the headline to match what they're looking for, rather than being like something too vague or something, which doesn't quite match what their search intent was. And this is probably me just coming from a Google Ads background, but in the headline, I like to include the service, the location, as well as any key benefits as well. And the key benefits kind of falls under the subheading, but it could be, in the subheading, you could also include all the different areas that you cover as well, as provided that there isn't like a million, but if you cover certain main areas, that will let people know, hey, we're in the right place. And with that, with the headline, so if you're using a landing page builder or you're quite savvy with the code of the back end in the website or landing page, we use something called dynamic text replacement. So we use the landing page software Unbounce. I think it's one of the better landing page builders out there. If you're interested in checking it out, I've got a link in the description below, which I believe gives you a 14-day free trial and a discount as well. So I do highly recommend it if you are looking to replicate something similar to the page designs I'm sharing here. But really, what the dynamic text replacement allows you to do is, instead of having loads of different other landing pages to serve each different location, you can use something called dynamic text replacement to replace a word in your headline. So for example, here we're using the keyword Miami. So you can see in this parameter here at the end, we put a question mark and then we put location equals Miami, and it will change the defined area of text that we've highlighted on the back end of the landing page builder. So for all the different locations that we target in Florida, we can change everything all based on a bit of text in the URL rather than having loads of different pages for each area. And the benefit of this is that we can make the page completely responsive to all the areas people are typing in. Miami, Tampa, Winter Haven, Jacksonville, wherever it is, we can include that right in the headline there without having loads of different pages. Now, the next element that we want to run through on the landing page is this multi-step form. This is almost as important as the social proof, but potentially even more important, because this is the core action. It's the main action that people are taking on the website. We get more form submits than phone calls, but that is designed in that way as well. So key things to keep in mind with using a multi-step form is that you don't want to ask more than 2 to 3 questions. You can do, and you can test it, but that's kind of like the sweet spot that we found. And when you want to make these questions easy to answer. So you don't want like open-ended questions with huge box where they can write loads of text in. You just want a simple 2-stepper or 3-stepper. What do you need cleaned? How soon do you need pressure washing? Something as simple as that. And that has worked really well for us. You can experiment with other questions, or if you want to pre-qualify people even more, then add another question. And that's really it. And then what happens with the form, I'll show you in the next slide. But another thing to note, actually, on the top of the form here, you want to explain what people are going to get. So you don't want to just like get a free estimate, name, email, phone number, which is what everyone else does. You want to say, get a free estimate, tell us what you need, and we'll send you an instant estimate. And by instant, it could be a phone call like within the next 5 minutes. It could be an instant SMS, however you want to deal with it in the back end. That's kind of up to you. But for our clients, we send an automated SMS and then they receive a phone call pretty much within the next 10 minutes. So that's kind of how it works for us. Now, in the multi-step form, like I was mentioning before, you complete the first 2 questions and then it takes you to part 2. So you can see here, where should we send your estimate? And the phrasing is also really important of this. It's one of the details that people often overlook. So you get a free estimate, and then where should we send your estimate? Like, hey, you're not just going to get it on screen now. We need to give us the details so that we can send it to the right place. That's kind of like what that title of the form is implying there. Then we simply ask for their name, email, phone number. You can also put in zip code as well, just to make sure they're in the right area, but that's something that you want to test, see if it affects the conversion rate. What we do know from other campaigns as well is that we do get a bit of a drop off when we ask for zip code. But you know, if that's information you want, you might take less leads, or you know, you might want volume of leads and just pre-qualify them, or you can also ask for that zip code in an instant SMS. So it's maybe just casting a wider net and then capturing a bit more information via the instant SMS that you send off the back of these. So that really is kind of the main principles of the page that I wanted to cover. As you know, it was all kind of based up in the hero section. And another important thing to note is you should really be testing different page designs. So the one that I walked you through here typically has the larger volume of traffic that we've tested to on this page. But you can see here the variant B, what we've done is we've just put a before and after picture right up in the main hero section there. And we've included a background image of Florida, in Orlando, in downtown Orlando. And that page is actually converting at 26%. So definitely a little bit of an increase there. We don't have enough data on it for any statistical significance, but I thought I'd share that with you and kind of give you some ideas of what other things that you can do with the page, because it's always important to test new things, try things and see what works. Maybe it's like being a bit more localized with the design, for example, like we've got that background image in there, or we're just showing a very clear picture of a before and after. So if you're targeting like pool decking pressure washing, maybe you want to include an image of that in here and use that specifically for all your traffic, which is advertising for that particular service. So just throwing out some ideas that you can try there. Now, I just wanted to run you through the last part, which is actually the mobile design, because I know it's quite hard to show mobile designs on these presentations, but this is kind of what it looks like. So we've got this sticky kind of CTA bar down here where we've got the phone number and we've got the free estimate. So as you scroll down the page, it's always there. We've got a very clear hero image of someone doing some pressure washing on a driveway. Got the subheading, the benefit points, and it pretty much follows the exact same fundamentals and section layouts that we have on the desktop version. But you know, some of the elements are reduced in size and kind of optimized better for mobile design, so it doesn't take up too much space. But the main thing is it looks very professional. The production feel is very high. We've got CTAs that run throughout the page. We've got our before and afters. And it just gives you a very clear idea of how it looks on mobile. Most of the traffic does come from mobile. I think 70% is mobile traffic. So it is really important to optimize for mobile first, although I typically always design desktop and then convert to mobile. But we have a pretty consistent layout with how we like to do things in mobile, but it pretty much just does follow the exact same structure, but a few differences in how we kind of become a bit more space efficient on the design itself. So hopefully that gives you a good idea on how we design specifically for mobile, because it's really not too different. And that pretty much concludes everything to do with the video. So if you are interested in working with us, and we can work with each other in a number of different ways. Let me just remove that for a moment. So we can work together via landing page design, Google Ads, consulting, whatever it may be. We can help you in a number of different ways. If you are looking for a fully fledged Google Ads management service, that's something we can help with. Or perhaps you're already pretty proficient in a campaign. You just need a few little tweaks. We can help with a bit of consulting. Or we can design you a whole landing page, plug and play, and off you go. So it's completely up to you. And you can find us at atomicmarketing.com and reach out and be happy to chat with you and explain some options and see if we can help. Or if you're looking to build your own landing page, we do recommend the platform Unbounce. There is a link in the description below. It really is one of the better landing page builders I've used. I think it's so simple, easy to use, and most importantly, you can build the design that you have in your own mind. What I find with a lot of other builders that you're very restricted in certain sections. Unbounce just makes it very easy to take your idea and concept and build it exactly how you want it. So link below, check it out if you're interested. And then finally, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you found some value in this video, please give it a like. It hugely helps get this video out to more people, and subscribe if you found it valuable for similar content coming up. I will be releasing a video on Google Ads for pressure washing, probably in the next couple of weeks. So I highly recommend you subscribe if you want to check that out. It'll be very similar to this, but it'll be all about breaking down the different campaign structures, ad groups, ads, the whole lot. Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this. Thanks very much, and see you in the next video. Take care.